Hi, I'm Ashley Murphy.
And I'm Natalie Peacock, and today we're talking about women and homelessness.
I'm going to share my screen. We already know that homelessness is a massive issue in our country. For example, from this demographic, we know that over 60,000 people stayed in New York City homeless shelters each night in April of this year.
And we know that homeless women face very unique challenges, such as domestic violence and sexual assault, but we wanted to learn about these issues and how they impact our own community, specifically Cincinnati, Ohio.
So we sat down with Emily Thiem, who has worked for Cincinnati Shelter House for nearly 2 years. She has a lot of experience with homelessness in both men and women. So we wanted to see if our research matched what was actually happening in our community. Just a little bit more about Shelter House is their mission statement is we work together to provide basic human services for the men and women of the greater Cincinnati area who are experiencing homelessness.
So one of the questions we asked Emily was, in your experience, do you think that women face different challenges than men when it comes to homelessness? And she said, absolutely yes. They see women all the time who come in and they're homeless because they don't have a safe home to go back to. And a common misconception that we actually talked with her about was people think that homeless people are the worst parents, but she explained to us that she's seen moms completely break down over their kids and just worry for their safety. And then we followed up by asking, is domestic violence an issue?
So Emily responded that it was definitely a big issue. Like she had previously said, a lot of women are homeless because they don't have a safe home to go back to. It's more dangerous to go home than to come and stay in a shelter like where Emily works. So we found that an image that we found in our research emulated this perfectly. Big myth is that domestic violence has nothing to do with homelessness. The fact is that a lack of alternative often leads to individuals to stay or return to violent relationships. And with that comes the need for access to safe emergency shelters, assistance with affordable permanent housing, and resources. So stemming off from that, we asked if she found that some women were afraid to stay in shelters for personal safety reasons like sexual assault, because that's something that we found in our research. And she said that that wasn't something that she necessarily had seen a lot of it happening, but she could definitely understand how the fear was there. This is a zoomed in image from the demographic we showed earlier. 84% of homeless women have experienced severe physical or sexual abuse at some point in their lives. So she was pretty clear that in any situation, it's likely that homeless women do have this fear, fairly so. So we wanted to learn more from Emily as someone who has a lot of experience firsthand with homelessness. We wanted to know what more we could do as a society to help.
So Emily's response to that was, on a large scale, affordable housing would do so much for these people. I mean, how many abandoned warehouse buildings do we have, or malls or apartment buildings? How much gentrification has happened in Cincinnati that has displaced the people who actually live there and are really part of the community? Affordable housing would change lives. And then on a small scale, really just be kind. Stop assuming that all the homeless people are lying, lazy drug addicts. It isn't true. We're all humans. These people are already at their lowest. We should at least give them kindness.
But we did want to include, if you want to help somewhere in the middle between just giving kindness and the large scale of helping with affordable housing, you can also go to Shelter House's website and donate. A lot of what they do comes from generous donations. So you can visit www.shelterhousecincy.org/donate if you want to contribute funds to helping those who are struggling with homelessness. All right. Thank you so much.